Hello friends, welcome to Studybay Technologies, and in our today's session we are going to discuss about blood circulation, right? So the major organ for the blood circulation throughout the body is heart, right? So blood actually circulates throughout your body by the pumping action of heart. So this heart actually acts like a pump to circulate the blood by the pumping action. So by this pumping action, we can say that yes, the blood is circulating throughout the body. Alright. Now this blood, this can be of two types. First one is oxygenated blood, and second one is deoxygenated. Now this oxygenated blood, this consists, is actually full of oxygen, or we can say the major part of this blood is containing oxygen, and a major part of deoxygenated blood carries carbon dioxide. We can also call this blood as impure blood, and this blood as pure one. Alright, so now this deoxygenated blood, or the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide, is collected from different organs of the body, right? So if we represent this like you can say organs of body, we can say organ 1, it may be your legs, it may be thighs, it may be shoulders, it may be hands, or wherever it is. Similarly, we have organ 2, organ 3, and so on. Alright, so this blood is collected from these different organs, and all these blood collection process is done by two different veins, or you can say two major veins. These veins are known as superior vena cava superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Alright, and these two blood veins actually supply the blood to the your right auricle of heart. So remember that this is impure blood and I am representing it with the blue color. Okay. So this is transferring this blood to the right auricle. Fine. So before I go ahead, let me give you a block diagram of our heart also, so that it will be easy for you to estimate where this right auricle and ventricle comes from. So I'm just making a block diagram here. Heart, which is actually a four-chambered organ. Here we have this is left atrium, this one is left ventricle, this is right atrium, and this is right ventricle. Right. Now, so I will explain this later in this video also. So now, from right auricle, this blood goes to the pulmonary artery, right? And before going to the pulmonary artery, from right auricle, it enters to the right ventricle. Right, and after that it is pumped to the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, and through this artery the blood is carried to the lungs. All right, now at this lung the exchange of gases which involve removal of carbon dioxide and absorption of oxygen takes place over here, right? So this actually makes your blood oxygenated, or it pures your blood, right? Now from this lung, now the blood becomes pure, so that's why I'm representing it with a red color here. Now the oxygenated blood is, carried by the pulmonary veins. This is carried by the pulmonary vein. Alright, so just remember this point. Pulmonary artery carries impure blood and pulmonary vein carries pure blood. Right, now from here it enters to the left auricle. Right, the pulmonary vein carries it to the left auricle. Now again remember that impure blood is carried to the right auricle, but the pure blood is carried to the left auricle. Okay, then from here this enters into the left ventricle. Left ventricle. Again remember, right ventricle carries impure blood and left ventricle carries pure blood. Right, and after that it is carried out by the artery which is actually known as aorta to the rest of the body parts. So the aorta carries this pure blood to rest of the body parts. Fine. So if we explain it once again, like all superior vena cava and inferior vena cava collects blood from different organs of the body through here it goes to the right auricle, then goes to the right ventricle, and then through pulmonary artery it is pumped into the lungs where the exchange of gases takes place, and from these lungs this pulmonary vein is given to the pulmonary vein from where it enters to the left auricle, and then through left ventricle it goes to aorta, and then it is circulated to the remaining body part. Right? So that is known as, like we have seen here, that this blood flows twice through the heart. First time it flows as impure blood, and second time it flows as a pure blood. So that entire process, since it takes place two times within the heart, that is known as double circulation. Double circulation. Alright. Now if we look at the block diagram once again, fine. Now if we make required sections, like this, so this part is representing entire body, right, and this part represents lungs. Fine. Now from entire body this blood goes to the this part of heart which is actually known as a right atrium. Right, and from here it goes to right ventricle. All right, then here we have left atrium, and here it goes right atrium. All right, so now this is how these blocks are connected. All right, now let's say we are getting impure blood to the right atrium. All right, from here it goes to the right atrium, then it goes to the right ventricle, and from here this goes to the lungs. All right, so let's say up to this point. And here, so you can see here that from the body this impure blood is moving this way. At this point your exchange of gases take place. Fine, now this blood becomes pure, and so this will follow this particular path. Right, it will come from left lungs, will go to the left atrium, then right atrium, and from here it goes to the entire body. Right, now the circulation taking place over this side, that is known as systemic circulation. Systemic circulation. Fine, and the circulation going out over here is known as pulmonary circulation. Fine, so I hope the concept is clear so far. Feel free to let me know in case if you have any more doubt and queries. Have a nice time. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye.